There are no shortcuts. There's no magic formula. You know, I got asked this the most when I was fighting. I'd beat somebody up in sparring and they'd say to me, man, why do you keep beating me? Because I work harder than you and I'm better than you. Yeah, but what should I do different? There's nothing I can say to you that's gonna stop me beating you. If I could just say a few words and you listen to them and then I couldn't beat you up anymore, then training would be pointless. Working would be pointless. The world doesn't work that way. I beat you up because I am better than you, and I am better than you because I worked harder than you. There's no shortcuts in life. I don't know why everyone's obsessed with shortcuts. It's this new generation of fucking losers. Success comes from working absolutely every single day. It's exactly the same with anything in life. Doesn't matter if you want to be strong in the gym, doesn't matter if you want to be an amazing fighter, good at guitar, or if you want to be successful inside of the real world. You are only going to be successful if you turn up and you work every single day. All I do is work every single day. Why do you think you're better than me? You think you're more qualified than me? If I have to work every single day, Andrew Tate has to work every single day to be successful, but me, Joe Schmo, Mr. Nobody, I don't have to work every single day. Turn up, follow the lessons, listen to your professors, do the AMAs. If you have a question, ask the community, and I guarantee you success. The only people who don't make money inside the real world are people who quit. I can't help quitters. Nobody can help a quitter. God can't help a quitter. God could give you a plan and said you can have everything you've ever desired if you follow this plan. If you quit halfway through the plan, you're not gonna have what you desired. God himself cannot turn a quitter into a somebody. And I am certainly not as powerful as God. So nobody can do it if you are a quitter. If you don't work and you quit, you are going to fail. If you do exactly what we tell you to do, and you work hard and you actually try, you're gonna be successful. So the question is, do you want it or not? There's no shortcuts. If you want to beat me in sparring, you're gonna have to come and train harder than I trained. And you have to dedicate yourself for as long as I have. And if you want to be rich, you're gonna have to do exactly as we tell you to do. Don't ask any more stupid questions. I don't want to hear it. It's asinine. It hurts my brain. Losers lose because they quit. If you are indefatigable and you never quit, I will guarantee you success. The choice is yours. To show up every day and work, regardless of how you feel. I'm going to say something very logical to you people at home. And if you're stupid, you're not going to understand it. But if you're smart, it's not that difficult a concept. There is no light without dark. 5,000 years ago, the Chinese drew yin and yang for a reason. They are linked. They go together. There is no such thing as a successful person without a failure. Without the failures, there's no success. You need both. For there to be winners, there has to be losers. Therefore, if God is going to give you the chance to become a successful person, he has to make it difficult. He has to lay out a gauntlet, because within that gauntlet, some people will quit and they can go become losers, which allow the people who do not quit to be winners. I think a lot of people think that my life is just running around in supercars and sleeping with girls and smoking cigars. And anyone who's around me long enough actually says, wow, Andrew, all you do is work. Of course all I do is work. I have $1 billion empire. The Matrix is trying to destroy my life. I have endless females to maintain, children to see. My entire life is work. I have to stay in prime physical condition, ready to destroy my enemies. My entire life is work. So when people want to quit, they want to give up, everybody has an excuse, nobody has any time, they will do it next week, they're a bit tired, they don't understand. That's all loser talk. You're not allowed to do that. That is part of the gauntlet. That is the off-ramp towards loserdom. You're on the highway, you're driving. There's exits all along the way to Loserville, Loser Town. When you're tired, when you don't feel like working, when you don't have enough time, when it's difficult, you can get off the highway anytime you want, but if you stay on the highway, you will end up a winner. When I hear people say, oh, it's hard, or I don't have time, etc., all you're doing is telling me you're a loser. Every single winner feels the same as you do. The difference is they do not quit. They do not give up. They do not make excuses. They stay on the highway. It's amazing what you can achieve if you never give up. My saying, unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability. That point is important. Sheer indefatigability. The inability to become fatigued. If you never quit, if you never give up, if you never give in, you're gonna get exactly what you wanted. All you had to do is not be a fucking coward, and you still failed. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't care about excuses. God doesn't care about excuses. And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses. There are winners and losers in the world. You are either a winner who dedicates himself, never gives up, continues to learn, does everything he knows he needs to do regardless of how he feels, or you're a loser who makes excuses and you stay invisible for the rest of human time. Make a choice.
So what gives you unlimited motivation?
I don't believe in motivation as a concept. I believe in discipline and divine purpose. People who ask about motivation are basically saying, I don't feel like doing this. How do I feel like doing this? And the answer is, the true red pill is, you're never going to feel like doing it all of the time. Sometimes you're not going to want to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. If I were to tell you to go fucking surfing or skateboarding or driving a Ferrari every day, there's going to be days you wake up where you just don't feel like doing it, no matter how fun it is. That's life. But if you do not do it when you don't feel like doing it, you will never perform against a person who does it regardless of how they feel. You have to make a decision. Forget about the idea of motivation, forget about the concept of it, throw it away, and decide who you are. And this is a genuine task for you all to complete. Go look in the mirror, look into your own eyes, and decide, am I a fucking loser or am I a winner? Because if you're only going to do what you feel like doing, you are a loser. That is the definition of a loser. A man who only does what he feels like doing is going to lose against the people who perform regardless. If you lose, what are you? A fucking loser. I decided I was a winner, and I knew what it took to win. To win, I have to perform day after day, so I decided I'm going to do this every day, regardless of how I feel. Some days I'll enjoy it, some days I won't, some days it'll be fun, some days it won't. But I'm going to do it every single day to the best of my ability. I will not allow my emotional state to affect my actions. That's what winners do. Because let's say you're a professional fighter and you've agreed to fight on the 13th of July. That day comes around. You might feel like fighting. You might feel like kicking someone's ass. You might not feel like fighting. You might be a little bit sick. But it's the day. The arena's booked. You have to fight. So you don't get to say, well, I don't feel like it now. You don't get to lose and tell people, well, I didn't feel like it on that day. You just have to do it. You have to be good enough on your worst day to beat your opponent on his best day. It might be your worst day, it might be his best day. You still have to fight, and you still have to win. That's the game. So when people ask me about motivation, I make it very clear. I say, listen, motivation has nothing to do with any of this. This is about who you are. It's about your purpose, your divine purpose given to you, dictated by God. Are you the kind of person who lives a life worth living, or are you a fucking loser? Now, watching this, there's going to be some of you which fall into each category. You're not all winners. You're in the right place. But some of you are probably still lazy losers. That's the reality. Listen to this video. Take 10 minutes out of your life, go look in the mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes, look at yourself, and decide, are you a fucking loser? Because if you're a fucking loser, you can go read and watch a bunch of shit about motivation to try and convince yourself to do a little bit of work. Or are you a winner? Because if you're a winner, you don't give a fuck how you feel. Work needs doing and it must be done.